Hello, my beautiful girls. Welcome in. I am so happy that you're here and really excited for today's video topic. We are talking about how to trust your intuition. The reason why this is so important is because if you want to be in your feminine energy, you have to know how to trust your body. You have to know what it is guiding you to do and what to hear. And I think the reason why we are so disconnected from our intuition nowadays is three main reasons. The first one, most of us are still in survival mode. We live in that fear and that anxiety, being in that fight or flight mode. Another reason is because there's so much outside noise around us. Social media, the opinions of others, we are absorbed by the opinions of other people that we are so disconnected from what our body is actually telling us. And then the third reason is because we fear failure. So I'm going to talk about each of these three reasons and how you can learn to get rid of those and actually connect back to your intuition. Everyone who's watching live, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. All of your questions, I will answer them at the end. So the very first point here, how to trust your intuition, you have to know how to learn the difference between your anxiety versus your intuition. So I'm going to give you a side-by-side to help you compare and distinguish the two. Let's start with anxiety. So anxiety, how it feels is very loud and very overwhelming. Versus your intuition, it will feel very quiet and very random. Almost like a whisper, like a sudden thought that you get. Anxiety, how it shows up in your body is a physical sensation. So there will be tightness in your chest, there will be a drop in your stomach. You will notice that your body actually feels tight, actually feels panicked. When it is your intuition, you will notice that you get a sudden thought or a sudden desire, almost a sudden or a curiosity. It doesn't show up as that tightness or that panic that anxiety does. So that's another major difference. Anxiety, it also comes from an external factor, meaning something that someone says or does, or something that you see online, something from your external world. Versus your intuition, it comes from an inner factor. It comes from your inner knowing. And when I say intuition, I believe that it is also the Holy Spirit in your intuition. So I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and I know that the Holy Spirit speaks to me. It's not just me that is making up my intuition. So that guidance, it comes from a source that is higher than yourself. That is what you want to learn how to connect to. With your intuition too, you will notice that it feels all of a sudden and then it kind of goes away. Anxiety, you notice that your thoughts start to spiral out of control. And here's an example to help you see the difference in your own life. So let's say that you are constantly scrolling on TikTok and you constantly see girls talking about getting cheated on by their husbands or by their boyfriends. That's all that's in your mind. Cheating, cheating, cheating. You think that it's so common. Then what happens is your husband or your boyfriend, he will do something. Maybe he won't text you back for a few hours, and that will trigger you. Your mind will become anxious and you will think he's cheating on me. And then you start to wonder, is this my anxiety or is this my intuition? When your mind is filled with anxious thoughts and you connect that to something that your man did, that is coming from anxiety. That is not your intuition. However, here's what your intuition will feel like. It will feel that a sudden thought that came out of nowhere appears in your mind. The craziest thing, you will hear women say that they could just feel when something was off with their man. They could feel the presence of another woman's energy on their man. That is your intuition. It doesn't come from any external factor, not anything that he says or does that triggers you. It comes from an inner knowing. It comes from a sense. That is the gift of your feminine energy. You can feel beyond what you see and beyond what you experience. So with that anxiety too, again, I said it's going to be the spiraling thoughts and stories that you hear. Versus your intuition, it's just a or a sudden thought. That is how you know the difference. Something that you have to make your goal is to clear any anxiety out of your body. And I'm talking about healing your anxious attachment style. Getting rid of, or not getting rid, but working through the unhealed trauma and wounds that are stored in your body from your childhood, from your past relationships. You have to learn how to clear that anxiety if you want to connect to your intuition. So something that I suggest for you is to watch my previous YouTube video, How to Heal, and I'll put it in the description so that you have it. In this video, I teach you how to get out of that survival mode and connect back to your body, how to regulate your nervous system so that you're no longer operating in that anxious mode. Something that I put here too, so one of the best things that you can ever do if you are trying to decide, is this an anxious thought or is this my intuition speaking? Ask God to reveal all truth to you in plain sight. I swear, the two most powerful prayers in the world. God, please reveal all truth to me in plain sight. And two, God, any person that is not meant for me, please remove them from my life. I swear God has answered every single one of those prayers that I have prayed, and He will do the same for you. So I suggest you ask, and then you will receive the answer. If you are trying to decide, is this my anxiety or my intuition? So the second point that is going to help you learn to trust your intuition again is to stop going to other people for answers. This is the number one thing that disconnects you from your feminine energy. It is when you seek an answer from someone else. The reason why we do this is because our bodies want to either confirm or deny a belief that we have, and we do not trust ourselves to do it. We are so disconnected from our body that we can't even hear the answer that our body already knows. Your body always has the answer. Every single question, every single experience, desire that you have, your body knows the answer to it. You never have to go to someone else for the answer. I do want to clarify, you can go to someone else for guidance, but not for the answer. Your body has that only. We're really just looking for people to mirror back our own energy to. You can approach people and you can go up and ask for their answers. Maybe you go to your parents or your family members or your friends. They are only going to mirror back your energy that you already have, but with their own filter, based on their life perspective and their life experience. So something else for you to know too is why we do this. Number one, it is because the desire or the answer that we have scares us. Maybe it's something that is a next level. Maybe it is something that could transform your identity, and you feel scared for that to happen because you don't know if you'll survive when your identity changes. And we'll talk a little bit more about this here in a minute. The second reason why we go to other people for answers is because we don't trust that our body is guiding us correctly. So an example to kind of show you how this works. Maybe you are thinking about cutting your hair. And so you go to your mom, you go to your sister, you go to your friends, and you tally yes, no, whatever they say. You are seeking an answer for yourself based on someone else's life experience. That is never going to work. And you are telling your body at the same time, nope, we don't know how to make decisions. Just think, every time you go to someone else for an answer, you are ruining part of your intuition. You are saying, nope, we don't know how to make decisions. That is so harmful for your body. So it's so important to, until you stop going to other people and you turn inward, you will remain full of self-doubt. And something that happened for me, this is a little bit off track, but it's going to teach you about triggers and how to work through them. So my younger sister used to always come to me, Alexis, I need help with this, or I need guidance with this. What should I do? Should I do this to my hair? Should I be involved with this person? I used to get so annoyed. I would look at her and say, you know the answer. Stop coming to me. And I would get so frustrated, not just with her, but anytime someone would constantly ask for guidance outside of themselves. And then later, when I was working with my own therapist, she pointed out to me, Alexis, the reason why you are stuck at this level of your self-esteem is because you're filled with self-doubt. I was literally blown away, and in that moment I decided my desire to have a higher self-esteem is so strong that I'm eliminating the self-doubt from this point on. And then I stopped going to other people for advice. That is how I know how to connect better to my intuition, because I'm no longer filled with self-doubt, and that's why I'm trying to teach you how to do the same. So the point of that story is to kind of look at what you're triggered by and ask yourself, why is that? Because whatever you are triggered by is a reflection of something internal for you. There is something that trigger is mirroring back for you to work through. So something else that I had too is your goal, how you actually stop doing this. You literally catch yourself in the action. The next time that you're about to go and seek an answer from someone else, you stop and ask yourself. Let's say that you're going to go to your man and say, what should I have for breakfast today? Stop yourself, ask your body. Body, what are we craving? Give yourself a second. Your body will reveal the answer to you. You want to start with something small like this, which is why I say something like breakfast. And then you'll be able to work up to bigger decisions to make for yourself. So, one of the biggest wake-up calls that I had, and this is my personal example where I stopped going to people for advice. A few years back, I was working at a job that I did not enjoy. I had just gotten my bachelor's degree in marketing from the university, and I did not enjoy my marketing job. I felt I want to do something else. I have a desire to post content on social media, to work with women. I want to do something with feminine energy. I want to have my own schedule, have freedom, have abundant finances. And I would always tell my old friend this. And I would tell her, I don't want to be here at my marketing job. We were the same age, same degree. She would always tell me, Alexis, I think that you should continue with your marketing job. You just got your marketing degree. Why throw it away? And I would always say, you're right, you're right. Push the desire down. I became so anxious and unfulfilled because I was continuing to stuff that desire down. The only reason why I was going to her for advice was because I was unsure. I had that self-doubt. And I knew I'm not ready for this next level in life yet. Let me find someone to mirror back, Alexis, you're not ready. And I did. It was not until I decided I get to have this desire, this is the career, this is the life that I want, that I stopped going to her for advice, started posting on social media, and built my business. And if I had never gotten in line with that desire and stopped going to outside advice, I would not be here with you today. So my point with this is stop going to other people for advice, turn inwards, and trust that your desires are available for you. Any desire that God puts in your heart, it is there for a reason. Do not stuff it down. See where you can go with it. So something too, your body will become so confused, and then that breaks your self-trust even more. When you're going to other people and they're saying no, no, they're confirming your fears and your anxiety, your body will become confused and you will not be able to be in your feminine energy. You're not living in alignment with your desires. So what I want to tell you too is stop asking other people for permission to have your desires and give that permission to yourself. Something too is if you are trying to work on building that self-trust and that confidence, you want to know how to hear your intuition better. So the more that you build self-trust and your confidence, the better you will hear your intuition. In my course, Become Your Dream Woman and Master Your Feminine Energy, this is why self-trust and confidence are such big topics. It is because they are the key to learning where your intuition is guiding you. If you want to join my course, it is at thefeminineglow.com. I would absolutely love to have you. The main takeaway of this point, stop going to other people for permission to have your desires and give that permission to yourself. All right, the last point here on how to trust your intuition, and then I will answer some of your questions. You have to drop the perfectionism. The number one thing that stops my clients, my girls that I work with, from reaching that next level is the desire to be a perfectionist. Every single time there is a block from a girl trying to receive her dream finances or her dream relationship or her dream lifestyle, there is a block of her trying to make everything perfect. We have to stop this as women. The reason why so many of us are perfectionists is because we fear failure. And here I'm going to teach you exactly how to get through that. So what you're going to do is write down a desire that you have. Any desire, with money, with your career, with your relationship. And then you're going to ask yourself, what is the possible failure that could come with that desire? And then ask yourself, will I survive if the worst outcome happens? So let's say that you want to start posting content on social media. Maybe you want to be an influencer. And the only thing that is stopping you is the fear of failure. Maybe it's the fear of the judgment of other people. Write out what that fear is And then ask yourself, will I survive if I'm judged by other people? The answer is yes. We're so afraid to make mistakes sometimes because we want to have such a smooth, perfect path. That does not exist. I would never be here with you if I was so focused on being a perfectionist. My videos would never make it past the editing. So it's something to ask yourself too. Let's go back to that social media content example. Which one do you want more? Do you want to hold on to the judgment of other people and let that stop you from being a content creator? Or do you want to be that content creator? Live your dream life, meet your dream people, have an abundance of finances and traveling opportunities. Which one do you want more? If you are still afraid to post content and you're not doing it, but it's a desire that you want to hold on to the judgment of other people more. You have to decide which one you want more and then open yourself up to receive that. So a key takeaway too, stop being afraid to make mistakes. How you do this is write down your desire, write down one thing that you're going to do this day, this week, and this month that is going to help you receive that desire. Your intuition and dropping perfectionism, how they go hand in hand. So when you listen to your body's desire and you release the block of perfectionism, your body learns we can trust ourselves. We can trust that we are going to receive our desire. And then everything that your body begins speaking to you from your intuition, you start trusting it more and more, and that voice becomes louder and louder. You're going to be able to hear your intuition even better when you do this. So to summarize what we've talked about, how you trust your intuition, you have to get past the 3 basic things that are holding you back. Number 1 is your body being in that fight or flight survival mode, where your nervous system is dysregulated, you're living in that anxious mode. How you do this is learning the difference between anxiety and intuition, as we discussed. Point number 2, you have to clear the outside noise. Stop going to other people for advice. Stop going to other people for answers. Give yourself that permission instead and listen to what your body is trying to guide you. The third thing is you have to let go of the perfectionism. You have to stop fearing the failure and open yourself up to fail. If you do not fail or make a mistake, you are going to stay exactly where you are today. That should terrify you more than anything. So this is how you learn to trust your intuition. If you like this content, you will absolutely love my course, Become Your Dream Woman and Master Your Feminine Energy. That is at thefeminineglow.com. Also, make sure that you join the Facebook group so that you can ask me questions and connect with the other girls if you have joined the course already. All right, my girls, I'm going to take some of your questions now and talk with you. How is everyone? Ooh, okay, the first question that I see, we're starting off so strong. Can a toxic relationship become healthy by starting to be in my divine feminine energy? Okay, here's what's going to happen. The answer is yes. You should always learn to connect to your divine feminine energy and then open yourself up to see where the relationship goes when that happens. 2 things will happen when you do this. Number 1, your partner will deselect themselves. They will fall off because they cannot match you energetically. When you raise and you do your inner work and you heal and grow, your partner will either fall away or they will level up and grow with you. And this is when a toxic relationship can become healthy, if your partner is also open to growing and doing inner work. But I would remove the focus of the outcome because that is not feminine energy. Enjoy the journey, focus on being in your divine feminine energy, and then observe how your partner shows up when you do this. But girl, anything is possible in this world. I've seen so many toxic relationships turn to healthy. I've seen a lot of toxic relationships end for good, and girls will meet a way healthier partner. So you just open yourself up for what God has for you. Ooh, how to still stand for your boundaries when your close friend fights it back. Okay, so if just the fact of someone fighting your boundary is enough for you to know this person should not be in my life. Here's the thing too. I've had to let go of many, many people, including the best of friends, because boundaries were crossed multiple times. At one point, you have to get so tired of letting people inside your boundary and continuing to disrespect you. You have to learn my respect is so important that if someone is not mirroring that back to me, I'm not going to keep them in my life. When you have made your boundaries very clear and someone is still continuing to disrespect it, they do not respect you and they do not truly love or value you. So you have two choices. Either move this friend to an outer circle in your life, spend less time, less energy with them, or remove them completely altogether. When I coach my girls, I'm a feminine energy and inner work coach, and when girls ask me about close friends disrespecting boundaries, my answer 99% of the time is to remove the friend altogether. Because why hold on to something and limit yourself from everything else that is out there? Every single person that treats you even better. That's like holding on to a partner that is crossing your boundaries. You're wasting time with them when there's someone else that will show up for you and treat you so much better. Speaking from personal experience too, when I have let go of a very, very close friend after boundaries were crossed multiple times and there was some disrespect, God has replaced that friendship with even better friends. The girls that I have now in my life, I just have so much love for them because they have exceeded my expectations of what sisterhood and friendship feels like. So try to let go of that fear again of holding on and open yourself up for what God does have. Your boundaries are important. You also have to remind yourself too, every time you let someone cross your boundaries, you are saying, yep, my respect doesn't matter. What I say doesn't matter. Your body will not trust you anymore if you are not keeping your boundaries firm. Okay. I love your videos. Thank you, Helen. Or Helena. Thank you. What a beautiful name. Okay. Let's see. Tips to not be scared to talk to people. I get anxiety every time I'm being judged. Junie, this is a great question, girl, and I'm going to save some time here on the live stream and recommend that you check out my video, How to Let Go of Feeling Anxious, or How to Stop Being Socially Anxious. I think that's what it's called. I'm wearing like this coral red top, and the video says something about being socially anxious. Everything that you need to know is in that video. Okay, so what do you do when you're over your ex but found out that he cheated? I don't plan on unblocking. So why does it matter what happened in the past? If he is not a part of your life now, why bring that energy into your life? That is in the past. It literally does not exist. So you accept and move on. You remind yourself, yep, I am protected. I dodged a bullet. Thank God I'm no longer with that person. Maybe it happened, but it has no relevance for your life now. Sometimes that is such a block that we have to sabotage ourselves from that better life and from abundance. We dig up the past. You don't need to do that. It is not going to help you at all. Keep that man blocked and move on. Okay, so Melissa says, we talk every day, but he hasn't talked for 3 days. What should I do? We have talked for 5 months. Okay, Melissa, let me tell you, the man that genuinely loves and wants to be with you, he will not let time pass by longer than 24 hours. That's 24 hours is the max, the very, very max. Someone that you've been talking to for 5 months too, if you're not in a relationship at that point, I would open yourself up to date other people. And the reason for this is because it's almost him stringing you along if there's no relationship defined at this point and you're wasting time. When someone values you, they're not going to leave you hanging all day. So what I recommend is you mirror back that energy. Do not contact him. Do not chase him. Do not pursue him. Begin dating other people. And only give time and energy when he is pursuing you in the way that feels good for you. Okay. How to overcome being impatient with big milestones in life. Oh yes, I relate to this so much because one of the biggest milestones in my life was being financially abundant and financially free. Felt like that did not happen for me for so long. What you have to do is, I know that you hear this all the time, trust in God's timing and understand if you had it right now, you would not be able to hold it. You would probably self-sabotage it, and there is something that you need to learn first. So let go of the outcome. This is a basic feminine energy principle. Release control of the outcome, focus on the journey. Open yourself up for what you still have to learn and be excited and curious for when that is going to come. If your energy is in that lack and you feel I don't have it, you're so focused on not having it, it's not going to come. Because why is God going to send you something when you are in the lack energy? You have to match the energy of what it is that you're trying to manifest. Okay. If a man constantly pays for you, doesn't he feel like he owns you? Maria, no. And this is definitely a limiting belief. A man that pays for you is a man who is in his masculine energy, feeling so good providing for you. If a man feels that he owns you because he's paying for you, that is a wounded masculine energy man, because his intention is control. It is not genuine love. It is not genuine satisfaction. I'm telling you, there are healthy masculine men who will provide for you and who will take care of you because they want to see you filled in your feminine energy. They feel good providing for you, taking care of you. It's in the nature of a man to provide. So if he's trying to control you, red flag. Okay, how to stop stressing about spending money. I don't know where this fear came from, but I know it's not okay. This is a good question. So I used to think about this all the time. What I suggest, number one, get to the root of where the fear came from. What was the mindset of your parents? How did they spend money? What is the worst that could happen if you ran out of money? Get to the root of where this fear came from. And then you want to focus on that version of you that would feel so good being abundant. You literally can change your personality, change your identity in a second. Decide, I am going to be someone who is so financially abundant. I have money coming in, money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources. That's one of my favorite affirmations. Excuse me, guys. Align with that version of you who actually feels that at an energetic level, because you will start attracting more money, and then you will learn that it is okay to spend money. It will always come back in return for you. That's a very, very deep topic. I feel that I still have so much more to tell you on that, but we don't have too much time. I'm gonna have to make another video about that. Okay, my girls, I'm gonna take 2 more questions. How to be confident as an introvert. Lexi, I recommend you look through my YouTube videos about confidence. I have so many that are gonna help you. Okay. A man who cheats, is he in his masculine energy? He has other masculine energy qualities. So a man can still have masculine energy and not be a divine masculine energy man. A man who's in his divine masculine energy, he has values. He leads with respect, integrity. He has a clean conscience. He has strong morals and values. He's not going to be someone that breaks another person's trust or that disrespects his woman in any way. That is a wounded masculine man. A huge reason why men cheat is because they are insecure, they need outside validation, and they are not clear about their desires. They're not honest with themselves. So that is not a man in his divine masculine energy if he is cheating. Okay. Alright, this is the last question, my girls. How do I get comfortable with male attention? I love being feminine but struggle with attention. So what I would do is take baby steps here. So for example, let's say that a man opens up a door for you. When you get that male attention, you smile, you tell him thank you, and then you remind yourself, yes, this feels good when a man is a gentleman and when he treats me well. And then you start opening yourself up to that more and more, especially when you are in a relationship. Allow yourself to begin receiving compliments and gifts and affection. Remind yourself, give yourself the affirmation, it feels so good for me to be in my feminine energy. I enjoy when a man is in his masculine energy. And you want to open yourself up for healthy attention, not the bad attention, not the attention that is coming from a predator type of man. Allow yourself to start receiving that attention in small ways, and then you will begin to feel more comfortable with it. All right, my girls, I've loved talking with you about anxiety versus intuition. Thank you so much for all of your questions, and I love the suggestions that you've been giving me in the comments. Please continue to leave those. I love making content for you. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.